I'm Gerald back again with another one for you. And today we're going to try to talk about your happy hormone and what that happy hormone is and what's keeping you from being happy and what's, preventing you from being happy and everything else to go along with it. So I got just a quick little demo that will definitely try to explain this to you, and actually hopefully it'll help you to understand why you actually gaining weight, can't lose the weight, or keep gaining it back, or it's just just a difficult task for you. So if it's a difficult journey and it's definitely stressful, then it's a couple of things that's causing this particular problem. So I'm gonna try to draw this out for you. I think this is helping out a little bit more, so that's something that I like to do to help you out a little something. So this is how it goes. This is the first thing that really causes the problem. So understand first of all that your body is a servant to the mind. Your body is a servant to the mind, which means that whatever your body does, it all comes from what your mind tells it to do, and then your body will express it out. So that's why it's one of the major things, is why your mind is attacked a lot. That's why you have to protect your mind, because the body is going to express it based on a couple of things, and that couple of things are going to be just right here. Starting out, like we're going to draw your let's say this here, that will be your brain. So hopefully we drew it large enough for the brain. And then you have these signals that comes in right in here. So the signal, and then here's the brain. So as it shoots down through, let's say this here. So all this information that goes in, this is nothing but what we consider memories. But we draw this here. This right here, boom, that's the body. That will be you. Now the way this works is one of the main reasons why a lot of people have problems. And first of all, your problems come from birth. That's where it starts. You're born a woman, you're gonna have troubles all through these days. But the problem is while you are here, when you're having these issues, these are the things that causes a lot of the issues. And the main problem that a lot of people have is stress. So let's just say stress is your main problem. So stress is something that's invited. You got to invite stress in order for stress to produce anything out of your body. You have to invite this stuff in. Now, where the stress comes from. So this is what I like to do with is the cause of it and not focus on the effects. So if you change the cause, then the effect's going to automatically change automatically. But the problem with most people is you don't want to change. And you don't want to go through the processes of change. You don't mind change, but you don't want to be changed. So that's where it is. But the stress is going to be the beginning issue. So where does stress come from? Well, stress comes from a couple of ways. Let's say this is your signal, and the signal will be perception. Most people, perception is reality. That's it. You got two windows. One of them is the eyes. So your perception based on what you see, and also goes over here, based on what you hear. All right, so this information that comes in from the ears going into the brain, into the mind, the information coming in from your eyes is based on what you see. Now, all the stuff that you see is right in here. These will be considered all the signals that you get. These signals could be, job issues. On the job, you got issues on the job. You got a lot of stress when it comes down to, breakups, relationships. Let's do that. All right, for relationships. Then you have a loss of a loved one. Loss of any kind of, issues that going on, situations and stuff like that. Failure is also a perception as well. So failure is something that people look at as a bad thing, but it's actually a positive thing, because it tells you that which you was trying, that's not the way to do it. You can do it a different way. So you're not failing, you're actually finding out how not to do something. Just keep going and you'll actually get it done. So here happens the problem. You have all these signals. You got a job issue that's taking place. You don't like your job, or you lost your job. or you're not making enough money on your job. Most people don't feel like they're making enough money on the job, but you ain't doing enough work either. So you have to figure that out as well. You do more work, you get paid for the amount of effort that you put in based on the people that's accepting it and perceiving it as such. But if you got a bad job, if you don't lost a relationship, this issue, this signal based on what you perceive goes here. This causes stress. Now your emotional eating comes from a lot of stress, a lot of you stressful eaters. Whether you're eating sugar, whether you're eating salt, crunchy foods, or fatty foods, all that is coming from your stress based on all of your emotions. And what happens is once you get this here, your perception goes in with all of this stress. This stress is going to cause cortisol. All right, so if you hadn't heard about cortisol, cortisol causes belly fat, which is right in here. So if you got any belly fat, this is one of the main reasons you have the belly fat, and because it's producing cortisol. That is a stress hormone that comes out of your adrenal glands, and the adrenal glands are producing estrogen and testosterone. And when it's fatigued, and it only gets fatigued when you're dealing with a lot of stress. So when you got a lot of stress going on, your stress could be simply, like I said, you got your car trouble, or you get stressed out on your way to work, traffic. People talking too loud for you. Lights could be on way more than they're supposed to, so your bills are up. Somebody telling you you're not going to be good at anything. You're not going to make it. You don't qualify. You're not good enough for what you feel you're good enough. All these things are shooting down towards your body, and now because of all this stress, your body's going to produce the effects of it, which can be diabetes, headaches, lupus, fibromyalgia, any kind of issue like heart disease. You got all different problems right in here that's producing it based on all this here going on, based on your perception to cause this cortisol. Now, most people want to be happy. That's your main goal in life, is to be happy. Now, whether you win the lottery, you win a race, you establishing something, you accomplish a goal, your main goal is to be happy. And your happy hormone is what they call serotonin. That's serotonin. And serotonin is produced out of the belly. Now, if you're not happy and your body's not producing serotonin, then it's going to be overpowered by cortisol, which is overpowered and created based on stress. So if you want to be happy, then quite naturally, automatically you got to lower your stress level. And the one thing that triggers the serotonin is what they call dopamine. Dopamine is that happy chemical that's injected in you. So like serotonin is injected into chocolates. Dopamine is a chemical that is put into different kind of chocolates and different foods that makes you happy, that give you that excitement feeling, and then it's right in here. Now the problem with not producing enough serotonin is because you have this problem going in, one, and then also whatever it is that you're eating, which causing you to block the signals that's going into the body to help produce that happy hormone. So if you're unhappy, you have a belly fat going on, you're all stressed out, you got headaches, you got all these issues that's going on in here, it's all due to your perception. Most people look at this perception as reality. How you see something is based on the way you perceive it, whether your glass is half empty or half full. That bases on that determines how you perceive certain things. So in order to change it, if you want to change all these problems, if you want to cut down on the cortisol, you want to make sure all these things right here is shifting, changing all your memories, all your bad issues, and all these things that you don't want, all you don't want, all that can be changed right here by fixing your perception and also fixing the way that you look at things. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people are unhappy. It's because you don't perceive it to be something that's beneficial to you. You look at it like it's a bad thing because we've been fed negativity all the time through our life. You got TV, radio, other people problems, All this kind of stuff is all fed negativity. And anytime you're dealing with negativity, that negativity is going to shoot through your mind, and your body is going to produce it, and your body is going to express it. But always remember that the body is a servant of the mind. If you want your body to change, you got to first change your mind. And the way to change the mind is to change the paradigm, which is the signals, the perception, the reality, all of that stuff. So if you look in the past, and it's something that you're holding on to in the past, but you can still feel it right now in the future, and it's already affecting your present, and it should be affecting your future, it's over. The past is over. If anything else is happening in your life right now, you're doing it to yourself. So all that means is that you like to be tortured. That means you like to be abandoned. That means you like to be done wrong. That means you like to be used. You can say you don't, but if you've been used by somebody in the past, and your next decision that you make is all based on your past experiences, all you're doing is reenacting the past, because the next person may not be the same way. You might perceive it that way because you think they look like that other one that have used you, that have abused you, that have treated you wrong, all these things in the past. So in order to change your future, you got to first get rid of the past and also change the perception of the past in order to make sure your present and your future is changed as well. That way you have a flatter tummy. You can lose the weight you want. You can be happy, less stressful, and life will be easier for you. All right, hope that helps you out a little bit. You can always click on the link, and if you want to get started trying to get rid of the cortisol and get that serotonin back in your body, so we can start on steps 2 and 3. First step is also changing your mind. 2 is exercising along with the nutrition. And if you want to get that started, you can always sign up for our little quick, challenge, or our regular web special. You can do that as well to get you started on that end, to get you going to start losing this weight, getting in shape, getting stronger, getting toned. If you don't have to lose weight, you want to get toned, then that'll be it right there. So you can always, click on the link that's down there or either in the description, and you can get rolling with that. All right, I'm Terrell, and I will see you all another time.